Welcome to the Kidia Daily. I'm WC Ekekwe. A conversation today will focus on the material component of your business. And I'll take you back to my university days. Remember the time I started my university education in Federal University of Technology, Owerri. The professor came one day and asked us a question. What is the material component of the universe? What is this world made up of? Because he explained the constructs of many philosophical reasoning and many philosophical postulations within that question. Thales said the world is made up of water. Heraclitus said the world is made up of fire. Pythagoras said the world is made up of numbers. And if you look at those questions, you could basically understand that there was a separation between a secondary school education and a university education. And for me, that was also the moment I started getting the real difference between a university education and a secondary school education. So I saw this as a process for the liberation of the mind. And that is basically what education means. Education is nothing but the liberation of the minds of men and women. It's not a question of preparing people for them to graduate and get jobs. Rather, it is preparing them that they can have the capacity elastically that they can actually learn new things because their minds have been liberated, that they can apply different constructs and philosophies and different models and processes and systems as those things happen in life. So, the material component of the universe, if you go back, the one that has resonated with me is the one from Pythagoras, where he said that the world is made up of numbers. And as we went deeper into our program in Futo, I saw the Schrodinger equation, the Einstein equation, and all those things in series, like L'Hopital's rule. You could now see that the world is indeed nothing but numbers. And if the world is made up of numbers, it simply means that the material component of business is also numbers. In other words, if you cannot translate what you do in business into numbers, you certainly have no opportunity to improve that business because what you cannot measure, you cannot improve it and advance it. So you have to go back and ask yourself a question. In that particular business, have you been able to encapsulate everything that you are doing in the most important material component that drives any business? And that is numbers. And when you have the numbers, that is when you can get better insights. That is when you can understand how that business is performing. I give you this example. When they talk about profit and loss statement, when they talk about balance sheet, they talk about cash flows, cash ratios, financial ratios, and all kinds of things in commerce. If you cannot have quality numbers to drive how you produce the documents, you are not certainly going to be in a very good business. So you have to invest time, you have to invest resources, you have to make sure that that thing that makes businesses run, numbers, that you are actually a friend of it in your business. So numbers basically is that element that without it, you cannot run a decent growth business. And just like the world has the world of numbers, the business world, just like the universe, also thinly runs on the word of numbers. You are listening to Tekidia Daily. Thank you.